Welcome back to Rock Your Best Vocals. Jim Chandler here, professional singer for over 30 years, professional vocal coach for over 20 years. There's a lot of information about placement. So that's what I want to talk about today and how we get that placement, because I've seen some things that talk about how to use kind of an NG sound on placement to get that to resonate here in the mask. And this is what they're talking about, this placement thing with this kind of forward placement in the mask. I'm going to explain to you why that is not going to work for you. And there's another way that we can do this that it will still resonate in the mask, but it's a better way to get the sound to resonate in the mask, and the proper kind of old school classical way to resonate in the mask. I've spent all of my life trying to learn how to sing better. And I still think I'm improving now to this day, because I'm always picking up little things that kind of make more sense as I go along. Not only for myself, but for my students. Now, I take a lot of my learning from classical teachers because they have, centuries of knowledge behind them. So it would be wrong to kind of overlook that and just take on kind of contemporary knowledge of something. So let's talk about the contemporary exercises to find that resonance in the mask, in that placement, that forward placement. So I've seen this a lot. People have talked about using this NG sound to find that resonance. Now, if you go like that, if you go, yeah, you'll feel a buzz here. So, oh, I feel a buzz there. Well, what's happening? All of the sound is coming through my nose. And the reason why we don't want to do that is because if you're counting on this to be your only resonance, if you're going, and that's your only resonance, that's the only sound is coming out of your nose, two small little holes there, it's not as resonant as your mouth. And I'll demonstrate that now. So if you you can do this along with me. So you put your tongue up at the roof of your mouth and just go, like the NG sound, hung. So if you say hung, and hold that out, and then plug your nose, hung. And so no sound comes out. And so that would say that there's obviously then no sound's going to emanate from the greatest resonating space, our throat and the back of our mouth, like a pharyngeal cavity. So what is a better way to get that resonance? You'll feel it in the mask the same way, but you can have the resonance that's coming out of your mouth. Okay, so let's try this again. Hung. Like there's nothing coming out. But instead, if we yawn with our mouth closed, so like you're in a meeting and then you hum, right? You'll probably still feel it here. What we're going to do then is plug our nose, and then we open our mouth and listen to the resonance that comes out. But if I say hung, it just doesn't come out. So when we resonate from that place, like a high, soft palate, that's what the yawn does. When we yawn with our mouth closed, it opens up the back of the pharyngeal cavity. You'll notice there's still a little bit of air coming through your nose, because when you raise your soft palate, it allows a little airflow to come up through the nasal cavity. And this is what the classical school would teach about the mask. You want it to resonate in the mask, but you want it to come from that place of the space in the back of your pharyngeal cavity, like the back of your throat. And then I have some forward placement. This is where, I'll hear a lot of people talk about some singers sounding nasally. For example, Ozzy Osbourne, like that is where his nasal sound is coming from, this pharyngeal space in the back, allowing this sound to come slightly through the nasal cavity, this nasal resonance. Generals gathered in their masses, Just like witches at black masses. Just really open in the back. Hold on, yeah. If you try that now, it's important to keep the throat open. Still keep the throat open, and you can listen to the resonance there. So try that and see how you get on with that. And let me know in the comments below what you discovered when you did that, and if it worked for you. And thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Oh, by the way, join me on Patreon or become a member of the channel for some bonus content and to work a little bit closer with me. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Rock your best vocals where your best keeps getting better.